Hello, it's Uncommon Fossil, and today I want to talk about a deck featuring Rayquaza VMAX. That's a Rapid Strike card that got a lot of hype when it came out, a lot of excitement and buzz, but it really has disappointed up to this point, and just want to give it a try with some of the new tools that we have in the game. I will say that I got this deck idea from Limitless, looking around. It's been played some, not a lot, but it has been played very successfully. It's got almost a 60% win rate in Limitless. So that's quite good. So it's some signs of hope for this deck. So let's take a look and see what we have here. So Rayquaza VMAX 320 HP. VMAX gives it 3 prizes, of course. Dragon type, so no weakness, which is quite nice. And then it's got attack that potentially can do big damage, but you have to set it up. That's what we're going to get into as we talk through the deck. Max burst for fire, lightning, does 20 damage plus 80 more damage for each energy you discard. You can either discard fire or lightning. You can't combine the two, so you choose to discard fire or lightning. This build, we're choosing to discard fire. So 80 damage per energy discarded plus the base of 20 gets to a big damage number. I'm setting it up. It has proven to be quite a task, though, thus far. So we'll take a look at it. The one other plus with this Pokemon, which I really do like, is the ability Azure Pulse. Once during your turn, you may discard your hand and draw 3 cards. So very good for digging through your deck. And you can use multiple. We play a 2-2 line of Rayquazas. So if you have both VMAXs in play, you can even use it twice if you want to. So a good dig and draw option in the deck. So how are we setting this Rayquaza VMAX up? First and foremost, we have Arceus VSTAR. I'm sure you're familiar with this. A terrific Pokemon, 280 HP, Trinity Nova, 200 damage, but then you also search your deck for 3 basic energy, attach them to your V Pokemon any way you like, so we can get, Arceus V-Star attacking. We accelerate generally a lightning and 2 fire to the Rayquaza VMAX to get that set up. And then Starbirth V-Star power is tremendous. Search your deck for any 2 cards. So Rayquaza VMAX's ability, Arceus's ability is hopefully enough of an engine to carry the deck. And it certainly can be. So what do we have to help get those energies onto Rayquaza? We're also including Armarouge, right? Came out in Scarlet and Violet with a fire off ability. As often as you like during a turn, you may move a fire energy from one of your bench Pokemon to your active Pokemon. So a way to get more energy, more fire energy onto Rayquaza to stream attack. So we're not getting knocked out with Rayquaza, but we have to be careful because it's not easy to pull off big big attacks back-to-back turns. So Armarouge helps with that for sure. Then we also play Radiant Heatran. You could play Radiant Charizard. That's the other way to go. I like Radiant Heatran because it's a big threat, which an opponent has to deal with at some point in the game. 160 HP is not bad. And then Raging Blast for 3 energy does 70 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So we have Magma Basin, which puts acceleration energy and puts 2 damage counters on it. So if you do that 2 times, that's 4 damage counters. So it's doing 280 on a single prize Pokemon potentially. And you can do even more if you do a 3rd time. So it takes time to get that set up, but it is a big threat. I like it over Charizard. Charizard's simpler to set up, so there is reasons that people could prefer that. And then also playing one other Fire V Pokemon and Delphox V. And I'm not sure I've played this before, but I'm happy to give it a test because it can be very good in some matchups. 2 attacks. First, Eerie Glow, which isn't really what you want to use. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned and confused, although I hadn't seen the burned effect before, or at least not recently, so that's nice to see. If we do that in the game, you'll get to see what those effects are. They as Pokemon with Live, they really like to invest time and energy into the effects. Unfortunately, at times it seems developing a workable game. But anyway, we got what we got, right? And then Magical Fire for 3 energy does 120 to the active, and then you have to put 2 energies in the lost zone, which isn't ideal. But then the payout for that is you do 120 to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon also. So 120 active, 120 to bench can be very useful in matchup. So energy, just to hit that quickly, 3 DTE to power up the Arceus as expected. 2 lightning energy, that's enough to get 1 or 2 Rayquaza set up. Then 8 fire energy, that seems to be enough with the way the deck runs. So for me, I do think that is a solid number. So looking at the trainers, For Magma Basin, just a very important card, right? Accelerate a fire energy from the discard pile to one of your bench fire Pokemon. Put 2 damage counters on it. Again, we want to, when it's in play, we want to accelerate to Radiant Heatran to get that damage level boosted. Then we can use Armarouge to move those energies from the bench to the active. 1 Raihan. I like that, right? If a Pokemon's knocked out, you attach a basic energy from your discard pile to your Pokemon, so an additional energy acceleration, and then search your deck for any 1 card. 1 Escape Rope. We do have to do some switching with Magma Basin, only going to the bench. 1 Pal Pad just to get back supporter, depending what the matchup is and what we need. 4 Nest Ball to get those basics in play. 3 Professor's Research. 1 choice belt to do 30 more to your opponent's active V is useful. Obviously, as EXs see more and more play, it's less useful, but it's still important for some matchups. 1 Adventurer's Discovery, not a card I play often, but you search your deck for up to 3 Pokemon V. It's your supported for turn, but searching for 3 Pokemon, either Basic V, V-Star, or VMAX is very useful. It really does help you set up a lot. It's a very useful card often on turn 2 of the game if you have a basic Arceus and a basic Rayquaza in play. 3 Boss's Orders, just to control what you're hitting into, is a very common card. 3 Iono, 1 Super Rod, just to get some energies and or Pokemon back into the deck. It's our only recovery card we play. Oh, no, we play Pal Pad too. I apologize. 1 Cheren's Care. That can be important. Get that Arceus out of play if it's damaged to avoid giving out the prizes, and also just get it out of the way so we can attack with our Rayquazas or our Delphox, right? 4 Ultra Ball to set up and get energy in the discard, and 2 basic switch cards, 2 switch cards, just plain old switch. So let's jump in and see how the deck performs for us. Once things start up, I will turn on the sound. I can't do that at the moment now. I forgot to do it at the start of the video. So, all right, so I'm calling the coin toss. Hopefully I win. Obviously, as with most decks, I like to go first. It's an evolution-based deck, so go first, right? I have my Rayquaza and my Arceus and my Armarouge, right, that I all need to evolve into. So not a bad starting hand. I'll have to decide if I can get a second basic into play on the one on the bench. I might want to get 2, right? Arceus, get a Rayquaza, and get the basic for Armarouge, which I'm blanking on right now. All right, so let's see what I have. Okay, so I don't want to get rid of Armarouge. Let's see what I have for Pokemon. I'm pretty sure I want Rayquaza. I don't want to forget that. Okay, I've honestly been getting my 2 Rayquaza VMAXs prized far too often. I don't quite understand it, but it's been happening. All right, so I think I want to get a Charcadet on the bench also, which means I need to keep Research, Armarouge, and Arceus on the bench. It gives me the option. Part of what is nice with this deck, it's not an ideal turn because I didn't get energy in play, right? But with this deck, I do have options to get out of it, right? I could, I'm going to need to get energy in the discard pile. That's going to have to happen, but I hopefully can do that. I'm getting Iono though. That was a really nice hand I left myself with, but this could be all right. Got the V-Star, got Magma Basin, have an energy, so I need to get, and so I can get. All right, that's not bad at all. I don't know if I want. All right, so Echoing Horn. So what am I up against here? Cross Switcher Iono, Radiant Greninja. Again, common engine pieces. Bidoof to evolve to Bibarel. I assume they don't have Bibarel yet. They would have played it if they had it. Oh no, that's their first turn, so they can't play it. So Lumineon V, they already used. That's a bit odd there because they already played Iono, so I don't know if I love that play. Irida, so looking for a water Pokemon. I'm not sure that was the best play, but we'll see. Because I couldn't use the Irida that turn, and I'm probably going to Iono them, so All right, so I want to play Magma Basin. I want to attach, evolve. Let's think. I could grab a Nest Ball. So I just want Iono, right? I might just want Iono, see what I get. Let me think about this. I'm going to grab a Radiant Heatran. I don't have energy in the discard, so I run a risk if I Iono. There's 7 fire energies there. Okay. Grab Ultra Ball. I'm going to do this. So I have the fire energy, so I need to discard that. So I need Ultra Ball. And then I need... Oh, and I need Armarouge, right? Yeah. That and that. That's not bad, right? So... And actually, this is quite nice. And then I can get my Rayquaza VMAX also. So it's going to come together quite nicely for me. So it's, you see with the pieces, with a more traditional Arceus deck, I would have struggled to be able to use Arceus attack. With this deck, though, I can pull it off. So I could try to gust up the Lumineon. Maybe I should have waited to move the energy. I can't, you know. All right. So do I? All right. They Iridad got the cards they wanted in deck. So let me just do that. It's not a bad set of cards for next turn. I'm going to sit on these cards and just attack. Take my prize and draw 2 cards and get my energy accelerated. So and I was wondering at one point if I should have tried to dig to get a boss to take out the Lumineon V, take an extra prize. But this is taking out an important engine piece for them, so this could be better, right? So Radiant Greninja, they can retreat. They have an energy on it. They can retreat from it. They may bump my Magma Basin. So Palkia, yeah, not surprised by that. I have Switch and Boss, so I think I'm going to want to take out Palkia this turn. We'll see what else they play down, right? I mean, obviously, I might get my hand disrupted too, right? They didn't play the Irida, right? They grabbed the Irida last turn. No, I Iono'd them, so they lost that Irida. So don't know what they're doing here. They're probably not sure. If they can't attack, they may just leave the Radiant Greninja in the active. I will boss and take out that card. Cross Switcher. All right, well. Radiant Heatran. Okay, which is... but I don't... So they're judging me. All right, well, that makes life awkward. So he's got the biggest retreat cost, so I hit back Switch again. So liking that. Okay, they got rid of my stadium, which is a bummer, but that's okay. Again, I'm in position where let me do the math here. It does. So what does it do? Search your deck. So they got their stadium. All right, so they can bump my stadium next turn. Well, that's nice too. There's no energy in the discard pile. So do I want to? So I think I want to take out the Palkia, right? What do I need? I need, right now I do 180. I need 3 energies. 8 times 3, 240, 260. Yeah, so I could attach from hand. Maybe I'll do that. Do I attach from hand? That's my question. No, I'm going to look to accelerate. So I'm going to use my ability. I don't want to play the Arceus, I don't think. All right, I got energy in hand. That's nice also. I should thin. I don't know that I really want anything else into play. That's not a bad option, though, either. The Delphox, right? So I don't... Yeah, I think I got rid of my Rayquaza. Did I discard? Yeah, I discarded a VMAX there. I don't think I want Delphox yet. So I'll sit on him because that's too easy of a target, right? 2 prizes there. So... And they concede. Okay, I was about to knock out. I was thinking. I was being a little slow, I understand. So I'm trying to think through the deck. I'm still getting to know the deck. So the deck showed off itself very, very well there, I have to say. All right, I didn't really mean to say rematch so quickly. I was going to play again. I was trying to think through playing again. I was probably going to say yes. And obviously, it defaulted to that. I clicked. I was just kind of, I guess I just clicked at the wrong time, at the right time, right place, or wrong time, wrong place, depending how you look at it. So I'm gonna probably go second. So we'll get to see how the deck does. Yeah, going second. So we'll see how things go. Need things to go more my way on turn 1. All right, that's not what I want to see. I'm going to set up Rayquaza. He's a 2-prize target, which I don't love. What's that attack do? I could attack for 40. Discarding 2 might be okay. It obviously depends what I discard with it. See what I draw into, obviously. So Duraludon. Okay, well, this is going to be a challenge. Right now, with Rayquaza, I can one-shot a Duraludon VMAX. Just have to be aware of Duraludon's ability to wall off special energy, damage Pokemon special energy. But I'll only want to play special energy on the Arceus V-Star. I don't have Path to the Peak, so I can't shut that ability off. So they didn't get energy into play, so it wasn't the turn 1 that they wanted either. So I want to get down on Arceus. And I think I should, with this hand, I think I just attach to Arceus and leave him on the bench. I think that's my play, and just end turn. I had a couple. I don't want to boss up the Arceus V because they probably want that into the active. Because they need to accelerate energy to Duraludon V from the Arceus. They don't really have any other way to get energy on the Duraludon except by manually attaching. That's 3 turns. They don't want to do that. If they go that slowly, they'll be in some trouble. So now they're immune to damage from my Arceus V-Star, which I'll probably attack with still because it will accelerate to Rayquaza V. I will get Armarouge evolved this turn also, which is quite nice. So it gives me the potential, if I got really lucky, I could attack with 3 basic energies, right? With Armarouge accelerating 1 and Arceus. So we'll see. Probably doesn't happen. We'll see what my opponent does. So a fighting energy. Adventurous Discovery. Okay. Another Arceus in play. All right, that's good. So I don't need to hit through 2 Duraludon Vs. I might, though. I might, because I'm sure they play Cheren's Care. So, and 1 V plus 2 V maxes, 1 V star and 2 V maxes is I need to do to get the 6 prizes, right? Unless I can just knock out 2 V maxes, then that's the 6 prizes. But they're going to try to force me to, so they might path me also. That will be quite awkward if they do that. So we will see what happens. Yeah, path will, unless I get very fortunate in what I top deck, I'm in big trouble with path. I do have the boss in hand. I could gust up the Arceus V on the bench. Probably just leave the Duraludon V there, though. They're going to need to switch out of it. So they're probably going to get a switch card. We'll see. Yeah, Path to the Peak is big trouble. for me. And then, I mean, I do play my 4 stadiums, so, but, you know, it's 45 cards in deck, plus the 6 prizes. You know, I'm not sure what those are, so let's say 51 cards. There's 4 stadiums in total. I'm going to see 1 card out of that, so very low odds. The odds are in the single digits of drawing it, I believe, right? But we'll see what they do. Umbreon, okay, that's probably one of the cards they drew, so Choice Belt. Okay, so maybe they didn't grab Path. All right, they didn't get Path, so that is super, super good for me. I have a boss, too, so that's quite nice also. So I think I'm going to play all my cards here, right? So what do I want to get? I think I want to boss up something here, right? So I need to get Rayquaza. What else do I want to get here? Oh, I could knock out the Umbreon, right? I do 180, so I think I'll grab that, right? So I believe, right? So I will knock out the Umbreon with that. I like that's pretty, and then I'll use Rayquaza's ability and get him powered up. So, okay, not bad. I just have the boss there, so I don't really want to use Pal Pad now. So Trinity Nova, get a bunch of energies there onto him. I mean, I had lightning in hand, right? So there was a thought of I could just do 3 fires, but then if I get Iono'd, which wouldn't be a bad play on their part, because I'll get me down to 4 cards, then I might not be able to attack with Rayquaza, right? You need at least 1 of each type of energy, and then you want a whole bunch of which type you're going with, right? Generally, decks have traditionally played Flaffy to get accelerated energy onto Rayquaza. Obviously, you could have done it before Armarouge, that with just using Arceus, but the Armarouge does help a lot. Like I said, the deck's been played a little bit by a few different people to a decent level of success, I gotta say. So I think it's a deck with some real potential. So they're gonna take out the Armarouge. That's, you know, that makes sense. I'll have to decide. Oh, okay, well, so what do I do here? It's a good question, right? So I can retreat him off, right? I can move 2 energies up there, which I might just do. Let's see. Do I have the Rod in here? I do have Rod, so I'll get down another Charcadet in case my play here is to... now, if I hit a DTE, I could attach the lightning energy, or I could not, right? I've got a decision there. So, what do I do here? Is there someone else I want to get into play here? I don't think there is, right? I'll grab Radiant Heatran. He's definitely a target that they're going to want to work at getting down. Let's see. Do I attach the energy? I think I'm going to attach the energy. I think the odds are on that side of it giving me better. So I now just need to move a second energy onto Armarouge, which I have. 1, 2. All right, I need to move 1 energy. I think I want to just hit. Which way do I want to do this? I think I want to attack with Arceus. And then what do I want to hit into, though? I could Gust, right? Make their lives difficult. So at this point... I mean, I'm coming up just short. I get that, but I don't want to move energy to the active. They can't one-shot my Rayquaza. So do I want to throw all 3 energy on him? Maybe I do, right? So now he's set up for 2. So for a big knockout. So now I can would I play 1? I have 1 boss in discard, right? I played 2 bosses, right? If I recall. Yeah, I gusted up the Umbreon. I Pal Padded that one back. Played a second one. So Colress. So Arceus, Duraludon, Umbreon with Colress Experiment. You know, it's a solid deck for sure. So this is a good test here. They didn't start great. I went second, and all in all, it's been a better start for me, right? When you go first, you want to go. It's your advantage, but if you don't hit your pieces, then you're in bad shape, right? Because you didn't get to use a supporter turn 1, and they didn't set up turn 1, right? So at this point, and they conceded, right? I was going to knock out the Arceus that following turn. I was going to use Rayquaza's V-Star power. So there we go. The deck didn't use the Delphox V. I haven't used that much, but I have used it some. So it's a very solid deck, you know. And I think it's, again, I like decks that work a little differently, that are a little bit unique. And again, between using the Armarouge, Rayquaza's attack, Rayquaza's ability, tossing a Delphox and the Heatran, plus the Arceus that we're all used to. It's got some nice options to it, and I think it's a solid deck, and it's a deck that I think you'll get rewarded for the more you play it. The more you know the ins and outs of the deck, you will get wins with it. So it's a little deck that's a little different, but I also think it's got solid potential. Take care.